are live. Go ahead and switch this up for y'all real quick. Um, okay. Um, Make sure I got the chat pulled up. Oh man, I didn't have my chat pulled up. Darling, hello. Um, Tiffany, hello. Johnny Guns, yo yo yo, back again. Sparkell, Friday night. That's right. Peace to all. That's love, man. That's love. My bad. I didn't even have the chat pulled up. I didn't see y'all in there. But what's going on? Much love, much love, much love, much love, much love. Um, okay. So first things first. Before we get into anything, this whole week, man, my head just been all over the place. But before we get into anything, first things first, just want to cover the basics. Anybody who's here, whether it's your first time, whether you've been here, every week, whether you've been here once or twice, appreciate you, sincerely. Anybody who clicked onto the live off of the link in my bio on Instagram, if you have the YouTube app, I would suggest open that up, just so y'all could hop in the chat, throw in your commentary, whatever you need to do. Yeah. So those are the basics there. Other than that, Jay, glad to be here, my brother. Yes, man, appreciate you, and love you, bro. Yeah, man. So first things first. You know, I hope everybody on y'all's end is having a good week. I feel like um this week has just been it's just been tough, man. Um, I definitely contemplated not doing this, not doing this live today. Um, but I thought about it, and I was just like, number one, it's important to me to just to stay consistent with it. Number one, and then secondly, I think the dopest part to me about all of this is not me sitting here breaking down, mixes with you guys. It's not me playing, unreleased music and doing all of that. It's the dopest thing is just, kicking it with y'all and engaging with y'all. So, um, yeah, yeah. I this episode specifically, and it's funny. I was actually just thinking about this before before I went live. Is just the title. The title being mixed feelings. Because I feel like that's like the epitome of where I'm at right this very second. Um, Sparkell said, "Where's Los?" I'm flying solo today, man. I forgot to mention that as well. I'm flying solo. I just needed a minute, to myself. Um, so yeah, Los will be back. But yeah, cheers to him. I know I usually cheers. We usually got the Casamigos on deck. Today I'm going a little bit lighter with the Dos Equis. Um, but yeah, man. So I honestly, I know in advance this episode's gonna be a little bit different. I'm for sure gonna be, rambling a little bit. I just got a lot on my mind. Um, the chat is open. I'm reading everything. Anything you guys got or want to throw in and reflect back, you're more than welcome to. But I guess I'll just start by saying, it's a lot that's been going on the back end with me, and I'm not really gonna get into much of the details, but I've been having like a lot of thoughts this week. I've been having a lot of really good conversations, um, and I think I just want to kind of get into that as best as I can. Um, you know, I think one thing that's been heavy on my mind, you know, these past couple of days, um, is just the impact, and the influence, or potential impact and potential influence of the people around you. Um, I think for myself, um, you know, a while back, I'd say maybe when, you know, right before my son was born, or my oldest son was born, um, you know, I really had to take a step back, um, and evaluate the people that were around me. And, you know, I think I had to look and say, okay, like, is this person, you know, on the right track? Is this person doing the right thing? You know, and I made like a lot of adjustments around that time. Um, and you know, my son is he's 7 now. So obviously a lot of time has gone by. Uh, Marty, I love you too, bro. Jules, what's going on, man? What is that? A clown? The hell is that? um, you know, so back to what I was saying. You know, my son is 7 now, so fast forward to now, and you know, I feel like so often we get in this mode of like assuming that we got everything right. You know, I know for me it was like, okay, well, you know, as far as the company I'm keeping, you know, at least nobody's doing this, right? Or nobody's doing that. Like, you know, these people got their head on straight. Um, you know, and you start to fall into that mode of you know, thinking that you got it figured out. Um, and I think just lately, over like literally these past, you know, few days, and you know, for those of y'all in here, some know a little bit about what's going on. I'm not diving into to any of the detail. But you know, I've definitely just been thinking about like the difference, right? Like you know, you make those adjustments with the people that are around you. But you never really like account for, are these people contributing to your growth, right? Um, and even bigger than that, you know, just calling you out on the shit that you're doing wrong. I think Chuck, what up, man? Sparkell, we're here with you. Appreciate that, man. Son is tell him I love him too. He knows I love him more than anything. Um, you know, I feel like there's obviously a lot of layers to it, but it's just something that's been weighing super heavy on me. And really thinking about that, and thinking about how we as people, you know, we tend to walk the path of least resistance. Meaning that, you know, a lot of times we know, you know, we're not around the right people, or we may not know that, but we know that we're not on the right track and we're not being called out on it. um, but we walk the path of least resistance. We tend to drift to the people that are um, not going to call us out on that. And it's just tricky, man. It's like, you know, you think about it, and it is rare. It is super rare to have those people close to you, that will call you out. But it's I don't know, man. I said from the beginning, I knew going into this, like, I'm gonna be doing a lot of rambling. It's a lot on my mind. But that's definitely something that I've been thinking a lot about, um, lately. Um, is just me having to take that second step back and kind of go into really phase two of, just identifying like the people and the energies around me, and doing my best to ensure that those people are propelling me forward, because you could look at 10 people in a room, and you'll be lucky if there's one that is actively pushing you in the right direction. And I think I know I got, a few of those people, and I'm so grateful, so grateful to have those people, because it's rare. It's a blessing. So if everybody's walking their own path of life at different times. But yeah. Um, I don't know, man. Um, I think it's extremely difficult, um, extremely difficult to identify that. And like I said, with the whole, path of least resistance thing, it's just tricky, man. And I think obviously, like, it applies to this music shit. It applies to, relationships. It applies to business. It applies to everything. Like, you gotta have people around you, that are pushing you forward, that are holding you accountable, for the things that you're doing wrong. Um, Delaney, love you too. Um, Marty, holding your people accountable is so important. Man, 100%, bro. 100%. 100%. Um, Johnny Gunn. Ramble on, Led Zeppelin, peace. Um, yeah, man. I just, uh, I just would encourage everybody, to take a step back and to look at that, um, and just to think about, it's bigger than, it's bigger than are people doing the right thing or the wrong thing, right? It's much bigger than that. You could have somebody who's on the right track. It could be a straight A student, a scholar, a scientist. It could be whoever it is, but um, if you don't have that connection with these people, where they're able to call you out on the things that you're doing wrong, it's catastrophic, man. Like, it's it's dangerous. It's probably one of the most dangerous things. Um, I was also thinking a lot this week. For those of y'all who don't know, I have four brothers, but I've two brothers who, we share the same parents, and we all have, we're different people, obviously, um, but we all share a very similar quality, um, and it's a leadership quality. It's like a gravitational pull, um, and I've always kind of known it, but it's been brought more to my attention lately, um, just because I've been thinking about, like, the positives and negatives of, that quality. Like, we were always raised to be leaders, and um, to stand on, what we believe in. And I think, one thing that I was thinking about a lot, um, just, over the past few days, is like, it's like a gift and a curse. It's one of those things where, it's great to have that, and to yield it the right way, right? But what I've seen happen, in my personal life, and, like, you gotta, it's so crazy. You just gotta be able to step back to be able to see it. But it's one of those things where, you could have such a you could have such an impact on people around you, um, that they can't escape that gravitational pull. I don't know if that makes sense, but like they don't want to overstep you. They don't want to disappoint you. Um, they don't want to cross you. They don't want for you guys, opinions and whatnot to not match. And I think that goes back to what I was saying before in terms of having the right people around you, because it gets tricky. It's like, these people love and admire you so much. And please don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. I don't mean it from a from a bragging standpoint. It's just like something that's true. It's one of those things where it's like, your peer group can admire you so much, or individuals can admire or respect, however you want to word it, so much to where they don't want to overstep you, and therefore they allow you um, to move in a direction that they know is not the right one. Um, and I see it so much, like not even in just myself, um, and my brothers, but just in life in general. It becomes super tricky. It's definitely something that I've been thinking about a lot. Um, because it's like, how do you escape that? Like, what do you do in those cases? Like, it's at the end of the day, it's not you're not responsible for anybody other than yourself, right? And it's just so crazy because you could have people that they do love you, they genuinely love you, but they respect you so much that um, they don't want to like oppose you. And I hate to like use this type of like terminology because it makes it seem like from like a superior and inferior standpoint, and that's not what I mean by it. It's just it's one of those things where it's like, man, like what do you do? What do you do? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Jules 100 100. Marty, you speaking facts. Appreciate it, bro. Um, you know, I think man, it's I said this from the beginning. I'd be rambling, and I'm not even gonna apologize for it, man. Like this is where I'm at this point in time. And anybody who kind of knows, um, even a little bit of what's going on can kind of understand where I'm at. Um, yeah, man. I've been thinking a lot about this. I've been thinking a lot about my family. I've been thinking a lot about like my relationships with people. I've been thinking a lot about just being honest with myself, and standing on the things that I believe in. I feel like in a way we're conditioned to believe certain things that are not true. We're taught that relationships and whether those be romantic relationships or friendships or business relationships, we're taught to believe so heavily in compromise. um, and I think it takes a toll after a while. But when you could step back and look at it for what it is and understand, like, you don't gotta compromise, like, for anybody. Um, Period. It's like it's such a crazy concept, man. Like such a crazy concept, and you realize, when you start understanding that shit gets scary. You run into kind of a big thing that I've been thinking about a lot lately, is like just the fear of being alone. um, and how much of a weight, um, that can be, because more often than not, operating in that frame of mind, you're gonna land in a dark place, right? You gotta learn just who you are, what is it that you believe in, and seek those that are gonna help you continue to walk that same path. Like, I get it. I've been in those places plenty of times, of just feeling alone, and um, it sucks, man. Like, it sucks, but I think that, I think that you got to understand it for what it is. You got to understand it for what it is, because I'd rather be alone than, in a room full of people who I know don't have my best interests at heart. I think that's the simplest way to put it. And the cold reality of it is, right, is like, you are alone when you're in, a room, or surrounding yourself around people that don't have your best interests at heart. It's like, even if they love you, it's like, you gotta stay on that right, that right track, man. It's such a crazy concept. It's such a crazy concept. But, um and I don't know what the solution is for that, because I feel like it's in our nature. It's in human nature to not want to be alone. Nobody wants to be alone. um Nobody wants to feel that. We want that companionship. We want that love. We want that friendship. We want that comfort. But, at what cost? At what cost? Because, like I said before, if you're in a room full of people that don't have your best interests at heart, you are alone. And you gotta face that, and pull yourself out of it. um yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Chantel, sending you love, miles, and strength to be able to get through all the emotions. Nice. Thank you, Chantel. Much love to you. Rebecca 100. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think just as time goes on, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just age. I don't know if it's experience. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I feel like the fog is like subsiding. Like, it's, I'm just able to see. Um, I just look at people so much differently now. And, um, like I said before, with the whole compromise thing, and feeling like we've been conditioned to operate a certain type of way. um, that concept is so heavy, right? Like, I had a talk with a friend of mine today. um, and I don't remember exactly how we got into it, but we were just kind of talking about looking on to things, and not agreeing with them, or looking onto things and saying, like, oh, I guess critique would be the best way to put it, right? And, like, the stigma behind that. And I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm gonna circle it back around. But, like, just how there's this, we've just been conditioned, right, to believe that if we don't like something or we don't like agree with it, right, that like we're hating, we're hating, we're envious, we're jealous, or we're, just bitter, or, it's like this weird like stigma behind like not agreeing with everything that everybody else does, right? And it goes back to what I was saying, man. The conditioning, the believing things that are not true. And like, for anybody watching this, man, or like now, or anybody who may watch it in the future, like this is something I like, you know will preach like until the day I die, man. Like it's, you don't have to like everything. You don't have to agree with everything. You don't have to agree with anything. Like, it sounds funny, but it's like you don't have to agree with anything. Like we are all individuals, right? Like what are the chances out of the billions of people in this world, um, that you're gonna agree with everybody, that you're now, if we're talking about like, disrespecting somebody, or speaking negatively of them, that's a whole different ball game. I think that falls, into the category of hating, I guess. But just in terms of like standing on what you believe in, man, like standing on that, whether you're alone on it or not. That's the conditioning I want. That's what I want, for myself, and the people I love, and um, my sons. Those are the things that I want, is for them to understand. Um, Look, man, you don't gotta like everything, and you better stand on what you believe in and what you feel like is right. Um, because at the very end of the day, nobody else will. Nobody else will. So hopefully that, you know ties everything back in together. Um, but yeah, man, it's been tough. Um, it's funny. It's like, if you were to like ask me a year ago, like during a time like this, would I be sitting, with the camera in front of me, under the current circumstances, and I would have said hell no. Um, but I feel like it's important, man. Like, um, I uh, I feel like it's important to stand on what it is that I believe in, and I know that there are people that I care about, that will see this, or are seeing this, and I think it's important to put this out there, into the universe, man. Like I think we need more of that. I think that, we've just been conditioned the wrong way. We've been conditioned the wrong way. We've been conditioned to agree, to be agreeable, to be clay, to mold to, our surroundings. And I think that's just something I believe in so heavy. And if you know me personally, I hope you know this about me. um, that's not how I'm rocking. Like that's not what I believe in, and stand on. I want more for myself, and I want more, for the people that I love and care about. Um, and it's tough, man. It's tough to see. Um, it's tough to see certain things, and um, not be able to do anything. Um, yeah. Um, the beauty of growth. Yeah, beauty of growth. You know, it's It's tricky, man. Vicky, sending love and light. Appreciate you. Um, you know, I I don't know. I don't know. I said I said, going into this, that regardless of, how much I rambled or, you know, move through different topics, that I just wanted to get as much as I could, off my chest. And, I will say, I appreciate you guys, man. Like, sincerely. Like, I don't care if it's, no one, one person in here, 100 people in here. Um, I just appreciate it. I was thinking about that earlier today. I'm just thankful that, uh, I'm not a huge social media guy. Like, I'm not. I always I'll have these little spurts where it's like I'm heavy on like Instagram, or like I'm heavy on, YouTube or like Spotify. But realistically, it's all attached to stuff I'm doing. I'm like, I'll use it to like promote something, right? And then, you sometimes you just got to step back and realize, like, man, like, this is dope to have, just to have people, uh, at your fingertips almost, that, you can share these types of feelings with, and engage with. And all of you guys, um, showing love, and commented, and just talking to me, especially at a time like this. I appreciate it. Um, Definitely appreciate it. Um, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I said this in the beginning of the live, like, just how funny it is that it's like, mixed feelings. Like, I really thought this platform, and like this whole live thing would be like, oh, it'd be dope for you to, hop on, and break down mixes, and, play music, and this, that, and the third. But it's like, it's so much more than that, man. And I really am grateful, um for you guys. Like, I just think it's so dope, like, what this has turned into. And I know we're only, six episodes in. Um but yeah, I just wanted to sincerely say thank you. Um and shit won't always be like this. I know this is super a super dark time, really, for a lot of us. Like, I know, like, I know the past, what are we at, 6 7 months, have just been crazy. But, I do have faith that things will work themselves out. And I know, everything negative is temporary, everything positive is temporary. um but yeah, it's tricky, man. It's definitely tricky. um Chantel, feel helpless, I feel you. Yeah. I feel like you're speaking in circles, speaking facts and truth. Becca, thank you. Wisdom will be passed down. Love you, brother. Jay, I love you too, bro. Love you too. um our dog Bobby Warhol is listening. He says, woof woof, he is a blue nose. Do you have any pets? We are all strange love animals. Oh man, Sparkle. Yeah, I told you last week, man. You got the best commentary, man. No, personally, I don't have any pets, but Bobby Warhol is a wonderful dog name. Um, send him love, send him love. Yeah, man. I always feel like when I'm right before I sit down, for these lives, I'm like, yeah, I got it all figured out. Like, I know exactly what I'm gonna say. This week, I didn't even bother doing that. I'm just like, there's no way I'm gonna have it all figured out. Um, but when do we ever have it all figured out, right? Um, but yeah, man, I think, kind of back to what I was saying, just in terms of, the company you keep, the company you keep, you know, um, and understanding, like I said, it's bigger than right or wrong. Like, we all have, and I hope this is where, like, hopefully these things can somewhat tie in together. But, like, you know, we all have, like, that light, within us. We all have, like, our own individual, purpose. Like, you know, probably definitely in my top five, Nipsey. This is a line that, like, always stuck with me. It was like, find your purpose or you're wasting air, right? And it's like, it's so true. It's like, you gotta, but that's just a part of it, right? You find that purpose, but it's like, just understanding people are gonna come and go. Um, and if they're not, they don't got to be on the same path, but if they're not, encouraging that growth, and holding you accountable and calling you out on the stuff that you're doing, um, it's it's the wrong path, the wrong path for sure. Um, and I feel like it's something that I'm like, hit me like just a ton of bricks, like, over these past couple of days, is just that concept, right? Like, I never thought of it that way. I never really thought of it that way. It was more like, it was at surface level, right? Of like, oh, okay, like, if this person is, I don't know, if this person drinks all day, right? Like, oh, I know I don't want to be around that person. Like, they drink all day. That's all they do. Um, where this person smokes all day, they don't do anything, right? It's like, oh, okay, I know I don't want to be around this person. Like, they smoke all day. I don't do that. And it's like, I feel like so much of us stop there. So much of us stop at that point of like, okay, we're just going to identify what we believe are flaws in other people, and we make our decisions based on that, right? But what about the other half of it? What about the other, hey, like, is this somebody who's going to, essentially, like, reciprocate that same energy, right? Of like, oh, okay, hey man, like, you know, I love you enough to tell you that you're doing wrong. Um, or I know, hey man, like, you seem a little off. Like, let me help guide you back to your truth and your own light and your own path. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the concept. Sparkell, we appreciate you. You're changing lives, contributing to our lives. Thank you. Hey man, thank you, thank you. Johnny Guns with the laugh face. Johnny Guns, man. Man, I appreciate y'all in the comments, man. Y'all keep it light for real. I'm gonna take off, let my phone charge, but I'm gonna keep watching on Sparkell's phone. No worries, man. No worries. Y'all have a good evening, Maria. Positive vibes, 100%, 100%. I'm trying. I'm definitely trying. Um, and I think that's life, man. Like, it's not gonna be easy. Um, but it's something deeper in all of this, right? Like, it's not for no reason. Um, I know it, and I think it's hard to keep that in mind, for sure. But it's the truth. It's the truth. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Um, I wish that for the people I love. Um, you know, I think about like if I were to go tomorrow, um, you know, what would I want to leave? What would I want to leave people with, or like what legacy would I want to leave? Um, and although obviously there's many other parts to it. I hopefully got a long way to go. Um, I think that would be it. Is stand on the shit that you believe in. Um, protect your energy. Keep yourself keep your light around the light, right? Like, don't let anybody dim that light. Um, yeah, very rough week. Very rough week. Um, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Um, I've been feeling like I'm just in like a daze, man. Like, you ever feel that way? Like you know, it's like I'm like awake, but I'm not awake. Like, the shit that's been going on, it like doesn't feel real. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I I knew going into this, like, I'm not looking to preach to anybody. I'm taking what's going on and has been going on with me, and just kind of reflecting. Like I said in the beginning, I feel like I've had like just a lot of, um, although it has been like super tough, like I definitely have had a lot more really good conversations with people this week than usual. And I just feel like I didn't want to hop on here and play a bunch of music and act like I'm cool when I'm not. Um, you know, I I just wanted to kind of reflect on where I've been at the past couple of days. Um, but yeah, yeah. Um, it's tricky. Like I said, I said it before. Like, all of y'all, in the comments, sending love and whatnot, I appreciate it sincerely. It helps, more than y'all know. Um, I think I got a. I'm sorry, I'm peeping my phone. Um, but yeah, man, I I'm also not gonna, sit and try and pull stuff out of nowhere just for the sake of being on here. I think that's kind of where my head is at. Um, yeah, yeah. So, um, I don't know. Like I said before, man. Like, I know things will not always be like this. But they are right this second. So you kind of just gotta face it and deal with it. Um, and go from there. So, um, I appreciate you guys. Couple things, like, just before I hop off. Like I said in the beginning, like, I just love what this has turned into, and is continuing to turn into, like, just it being somewhere where, like, I got this, like, I wish I could, like, turn the camera, but it's like on a tripod. But just to be able to show y'all, like, I'm reading these comments, man. Like, I'm with y'all, like y'all are with me. And like, I couldn't ask for like anything more. It's so dope. Like, it's so dope to me that, like, this is a thing. Like, like, this is a thing. I could jump on, I could talk to you guys, and just just interact. Like it's awesome. So back to what I was saying, like, you know, I love what this has turned into. I'm gonna be here faithfully with y'all, and I hope, you know, you guys are here faithfully with me every Friday. I'm gonna try and you know, as things clear up, I'm not gonna commit to it right this second, but you know, I definitely love to throw another day in. I'm committed to the every Friday, but you know, I'd like to pick up the pace on it a little bit. I don't really want to go into anything else. Like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, promote stuff to y'all, or, you know, talk about things that in the grand scheme of things right this second, they just don't matter. So you know, I'm gonna I love you too. I love you too. You know, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. There's no rules to this. You know, there's nothing I gotta be doing. I will say, you know, I'd love to have each and every one of you guys back next Friday. You know, hopefully we can, you know, start bringing more light into the mix. But, you know, I appreciate y'all being here with me. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I love you guys. There's probably stuff I forgot to say, but we'll save that until next week. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys, man. Go ahead and sign off here. If I could get out of here. I'm gonna hit y'all with some light real quick, right? It's not all bad. I'm gonna hit y'all with this.
And that is it for us today, and we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.